Prepare yourselves. I am en route to take command over our excavations. Our Lady Dallas has found what we seek, so those black ring have served their purpose. We no longer need them alive. I expect you to make arrangements to eliminate that particular liability. I'll be there sooner than you think. Raymond. This is a level 16. Why? Oh, it's one-handed, that's why. Glitter dust. That's new. Target is marked. Decreasing its ability to dodge prevents target from going invisible. It's not particularly interesting, but feel free to learn it. Here, I will detail my complaints about the poor conditions of this prison. The food is bad, the guards are cruel, and the cells are... The rest of the text is obscured by red ink, and the following lines have been added in a shaky hand. We've already read that. The pages of his composition notebook are covered with scribbles and crossed out lines. Quartermistress Anna, your eyes so... There once was a quartermistress named Anna. The maiden waits by the old camp tent, her eyes downcast, her fair knees bent. She waits for Magister Vor, who... Why is it so damn hard to write anything with Vor? This book is unreadable. It's not a book, it's a letter. Vor, Gramarietal. The Order needs you to dig deeper. In your own reserves of energy, yes, but more importantly in the caves at the Black Pits. Use the Black Ring for the most dangerous work. They're expendable. You know what we seek, and you know how important it is for all of us. Do not fail me, Dallas. I will take that 7 gold. Thanks. They don't seem very exciting now, do they? No, they really don't. Scrawled instructions. To all concerned with the cave dig, only those with authorization may enter the cave and proceed to the dig site. Do not attempt to travel to the dig alone. In the first antechamber, you must await the blind guide. He and only he may guide you through our defenses. Failure to observe his instruction, I never met your blind guide, will result in your death and a great deal of inconvenience to our Lady Dallas. You may decide for yourself which is worse. Giant healing potion. Well now. Now you're talking. Especially when you got Vitalia. It's like 1500, 1100, 1800, 1200. I now need to start duplicating these bad boys. Auto sort. Just clicking would suffice, Mish. I'll leave myself 2. Uber healing potions. That's what I'm calling them. Not that I like using them, but you know. Good to have in reserve. I'm totally going to start using them now that they're here. One more? Yeah, one more. Why did 2 of these not do anything? Oh, it does. I tried that before. It didn't work. Huge. Huge healing potion. Huge healing potion. I swear I tried that before. It did nothing. Oh, why is that there? We don't want one of those. I don't even know what I'm doing with half the shit in your inventory, so it can just stay there. Yeah, I still got nothing. Where did Raymond go? Where could Raymond go? He went... Oh, he went west, not east. Could he have gone back to Driftwood? I don't know why it still marks that as undone, but we finished the altar. Oh, no, we finished the man. No, that is the man. Oh, no, that was something else, wasn't it? Feeling it was something else. The fellow says it's unfinished, but like I can't finish what he wants. I've got to leave. Actually, let's go back to Diana. Cause oopsies. Not that way. I do that every time. This way. I have one more piece for her. Probably sold all the others. You know, knowing me, I probably went, bad stats. Just add to wares, sell. In which case, I don't have any of the others for her. We'll see how she likes this, though. She probably still won't talk to me. She never talks to me.
Hush! The ancestor speaks.
She places a hand on...
It fades. It must be whole.
Armor matches a piece you found in the Black Pits.
What? Give.
Shrug and do as she says.
That is a wise decision. I do not suffer thieves.
A thief? I'm bloody returning it to you. Doesn't that make me a kind Samaritan?
She places a hand on her armor, eyes shut, as if straining to hear.
It fades. It must be whole. Then the ancestor can speak freely.
I really don't care. I honestly don't care. I guess we just go to Arx. But again, she's going to remain red. I don't care enough about that. That's my main quest. Yeah, Raymond, you say. Is there anything else I forgot? I actually haven't edited all my episodes just yet, so look at all the things I've missed. But where does Raymond... Does he go straight to Arx? This is fine. You can kill him before he flees. If you kill him and focus him enough, he actually won't flee. He'll just keep attacking. But because I was attacking other people, he fled. You meet him in Arx, like I thought. And apparently everyone's saying on Reddit that it's the better story anyway, because otherwise you just meet his ghost in Arx, which apparently isn't as fulfilling as actually like meeting him and fighting him there. So I will take that as a victory. I am going to continue to Act 3 for the second time. But if I find that I have missed another loose end, I will go back and do it again before you guys see Act 3. But I think that was it looking at the map, but then that's what I said last time. That looks to be it. I guess there's nothing left except to go back to Malady and have a chat to her about why she's with the Advocate, except my character doesn't know that, so I can't bring it up in conversation. Oops, I need that to go back to Vengeance. You had time yet? No.
Shame I had to leave the...
You lot?
I'll be glad when we leave Reaper's Coast behind. There's too many of my former
True
comrades roaming around there.
Be on your way now, my dear. Perhaps we'll have matters to discuss again later.
Is Han back? Yeah. Didn't want to leave without him.
You're back. Good to see you. Of course. Told
Thanks,
you I
buddy.
would. Up to you.
Never using it, but I appreciate it. Oh shit, we should probably deal with this before we depart. Don't really want to be going into like a new area with this crap on me. It does have summoning though. I'd have to be fair, Dominate Mind isn't exactly working for me, so... And I do have the skill, I just don't have the memory for it. Place that one, please. Don't tell the succubus. And when I get enough memory, I can pop it in. Or should I pop it in now? Done now. You can always undo it later. Alright, Malady. No. Sell. I totally just said that 2 seconds ago and then, like, didn't do anything about it.
Back again, eh? It's free to fair travels, friend.
Okay, you know what? Just... I don't think I'm going to be using them. Just take them. Just got so much stuff on me that I don't think I'll be using. It's all clogging up my inventory. Oh, that's all his gold. You can take it as a gift. Whatever. All these potions I never use. Look at that. We're sitting on 39 now. Sebille, take these stupid potions. I do not want them. I'm never going to use them. Oopsies.
Never forget it.
Oops.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Not a call for the junkie cell, then.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Didn't really help.
If I don't come visit you,
I
Ton,
got rid of 4.
who will?
Vapid fiction.
Wouldn't you like to
I
know?
suppose carrying these extra wands and shit isn't helping. Oh well. Take it as is. Back to vengeance. So, Melody, do tell. I have a lot to ask you. She's nearly lower level than I am. That's a bit embarrassing for you, isn't it, dear?
Aren't you supposed to be off learning how to become the
Well,
divine and whatnot?
bad news. Meister Seaver has died.
Her eyes flash with something.
And she
Anger,
said
perhaps,
not
or fear.
to carry up her side of the bargain because it had nothing to do with me.
But never mind.
Oh, she wasn't even
Better
gonna ask?
focus on the task at hand.
She looks straight ahead,
Oh, well,
ignoring
that's
you.
rude. So you've learned what you set out to learn, and you know the way to the Nameless Isle.
Well, aren't you
Well, I mean, it is the task you did
industrious?
send me to do. So, you know.
It seems all the
It does
riffraff's
indeed
back
look that
aboard
way.
as well. But what about your companions? It seems to me that perhaps there's
Nope.
still more to be done. I hate to labour the point, but this is your last chance to tie off any loose ends.
Everyone's
Then
fine, aren't
attempt-
they? No one's got stuff to do. Nameless Isle. Nameless Isle. I know fuck all about how to do that. Finished. Arcs. We'll find... Where do I get to get the Fog of War? Oh. It actually looks like I've completely stuffed up like a main plot line, which I can't fix. I meant to have spoken to Hanag with Ifan specifically. I don't know why, because there's absolutely zero indication that's something I should have been doing. And then I'm supposed to have gone after Roost after I did that, but it didn't tell me to talk to her as Ifan, you know? So why would I have thought of doing such a thing?
My hero, I'm grateful.
A sense of urgency from deep within you quickens your heart and
Okay, that's
hardens
not
your
useful.
gut. Your god wants you. She offers you a great...
I bid you farewell.
I can't complete his thing now, because how was I supposed to know that this particular character had to talk to her? And now I will never be told in game that Alexander is still alive. Apparently that's how you find out. You have Ifan talk to Hanag. I don't know what the hell she tells him, but she tells him something about the Elven Domeland. I don't know what the fuck she says. But then when you go to Roost, you can talk to Roost, because that's exactly what I said when I went to see him at the sawmill. I'm like, there doesn't seem to be any option to not fight him. Even when I clicked on Ifan, the only option was to attack him. And so I just stepped into the room and then initiated combat. It seemed weird that Ifan wasn't able to talk to Roost. But apparently you're meant to be able to, if you've spoken with Hanag first. And that's really frustrating. That's a massive thing that I've now missed out on. Because of what? Shitty signposting in game? That is hella frustrating. Infuriating even. I'm not going to spend any more time worrying about this. I'm going to try one more thing though before I leave. Of course there's nothing fucking close, is there? Jesus. I'm just going to see if I can talk to Roost's ghost. Yeah, I don't know what's gone wrong here, because I've looted everything from the Black Pits. I got all the notes about the Death Fog, and we knew that Hanag created it. But I don't remember whether we had a conversation with Hanag about it or not. I can't recall that part. It's just so much has happened in this time. Like, how am I supposed to remember every single conversation I've had? Get your fucking ass over here. So, I don't know. I don't know. So, I'm just going to go have a nice polite chat with his corpse. See if his corpse has anything to say. And if not, we move on, because I really don't know what to do. There are lots of things that give you suggestions and stuff, but I don't want to spend it, spending half an hour. Oh my god, you guys are practically at level. I don't want to waste all this time reading about it when I'm gonna find out anyway when I go to the next act. because, you know, it's main plot. Of course you find out. Just would have been nice to finish off his quest, you know? Guys, I don't care how you get here, just get here. Get here. Okay. Looking good. I don't quite remember where the door is. Sorry, the staircase is. But at least this would initiate a conversation between Ifan and Roost, which is all I've really wanted since I first met Roost, but it just didn't happen. So let's use Spirit Vision. Oh, that is not what I was expecting. I thought, no Roost? Oh, Roost, I'm standing on top of him.
He's gone. I guess this means I can leave. I hope the next place is better.
The whole Echoes
This
is
was a
great, you'll
bad
love
place.
it.
Bye. And
I have no idea
thanks.
who you are. You! Speak to this man.
The spirit's chest heaves in short, hard bursts. Its face is pinched into a tight sneer, fists balled up at its sides. It falls to its knees and grabs its matted hair in 2 fists, then rips. The spectral mats break
Ew.
away and reappear.
Okay, if he's done carrying on, I need him to answer some questions.
Shove your questions. Swallow nails, you. You.
Who gave him the contract to kill Godwoken?
He catches a string of spittle with the back of his hand and wipes it away as a malevolent grin spreads over his face.
God did do us all a favour. And
Right,
go
well,
die.
I need to know who ordered you to kill the Scions. He kind of does.
They won't stop. Not till they're all dead. You can be sure of that. They ain't what you think. They'll do anything.
This really isn't getting
to
me anywhere.
survive. You'll get what's coming to you. The good guy. Everyone's their own good guy. You don't eat me. I eat you. I destroy you. You are nothing. You are shite under my shoe.
Well, that was very unproductive. Very, very, very unproductive. Okay. We tried. I mean, I can go try and talk to Hannah again, but I don't think there's going to be any difference. Hello. Because I don't have whatever I'm supposed to have. I swear I looted everything from the Black Pits.
My hero.
She offered.
I bid
No.
you farewell.
Okay. Well, that's that. I do want to turn on this thing because it's really irritating me. What's it going to be called? Why is that locked? I don't know. Divine Talents? No. This, Enhanced Spirit and Vision. It lasts indefinitely. So I don't have to keep using it. And I'm not going to, like, forget. It kind of feels like cheating because then I'm not actively thinking that I have to use it to get answers that I need. Oh, this is tough. Because I would have missed out on a lot of things if I hadn't used the Spirit Vision. But I often don't think about the Spirit Vision. Do I feel like it feels unfulfilling or cheating to turn this on? Stuff it. Just do it. It does feel cheating to an extent. Like in the dungeon where I had to do that puzzle with the weights and the symbols to get through. I immediately thought of using my Spirit Vision, and that's what gave me the puzzle clue, even though the puzzle was an absolute bitch. But And I felt proud of thinking about using my spirit vision to solve the problem or find a clue for the problem, because that's what I had to do previously in one of the other quests. I had to use the spirit vision to see... What did I have to see? I had to see something on the wall in the Surrey Crypt or something like that. So I'd used that idea there. So I felt quite good about thinking about doing it that way, specifically for that purpose, not just to hit the button just cause. But, we're going to run into the exact same problem we had with the sprinting. It's not going to load. So apparently that has the exact same problem as the sprint gift bag. It just gets stuck loading and doesn't load. I went and did something else and it was still stuck on loading. So I guess we're just going to have to remember to use the spirit vision, which is the way the game was intended to be played. But, you know, sometimes it's convenient to just have that turned on all the time. But the choice has been taken out of my hands, just like the sprinters. Sad face. Does anyone else have a problem with the gift bags not working? Ugh. Oh well. Let's go chat to Melody and leave because I cannot finish Ifan's quest. If there's something I missed in the Black Pits, I am sure as hell not going back for it. Because I don't even know what I missed or where. So, that is a headache I have no interest in pursuing. Okay, Mal, I'm back. Your source of vomit is still there, in case you were wondering. I really wish I could talk to you, but let's go.
So?
If you choose to leave the
set
area
sail
after this
when
visit,
you
you will
are.
not be able to return again. Ahaha! So you cannot physically return. That answers my question. Let's go.
Fantastic. Now, on to the interesting
You call that the
part.
interesting part?
After many adventures, the party finally reached the place where Godwo can go to become divine. But more surprises and difficult choices awaited.
I don't know, that volcano looks positively charming. Perfectly hospitable.
Interesting.
Here we are, the Nameless Isle. And here I thought Melody was unimaginative. Still, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't that right? And this is the place you're meant to become a god. I can't help but wonder exactly what you intend to do.
You and me
with
both,
such a
Melody.
power.
I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do with the power once I become god. A god. I still maintain that Relic is going to try and steal it from me and sacrifice me in the process. But, you know, I remain to be proven wrong. But you, I want to talk about you. Why the hell were you at the Advocate? I'm so suspicious now. She's always been a suspicious lady, but I've loved her regardless. But now that I saw her at the Advocate, I'm a bit... Just as well I'm a higher level than you, because otherwise we would have issues. Oh, I see. She levels as you move. I'm still going to be able to kill you easily. I'm practically on the verge of level 16 myself. Tell your deal what needs to be done for the good of the realm. Well, it's probably going to involve my death.
I have no doubt about that, but do remember, you can do what's good for you, too. All things in
I can't tell if
balance,
that's just really
you know.
good advice coming from a place of kindness and goodness in her heart, or whether it's screw over the gods for her own benefit.
You'll want to hurry now. Divinity is
I love
waiting,
her, but now I can't
after
take her.
all.
I can't see her the same way, which I expect on the island. Have you been here before?
Excellent question. Normally, this place ought only to be known to Godwoken, but judging by the ships burning in the bay, there's been a breach,
Cute.
let's call it. Regardless of who's on the island, all that matters is who ascends. Make
Did they
sure
bring
that's
Alexander
you.
here? Perchance? It just said that the Ifan questline, you discover that Alexander is alive, which I already knew, and was being kept on an island. Is he on this island? They're all islands at the end of the day.
The strongest will survive.
Well,
ascend.
Spring God.
I'm hardly an expert on the matter, but I'm smart enough to put two and two together.
Where there is an ocean of source, there is a well for drawing from it.
in the middle of a
To
volcano.
rise to divinity,
Terrible place for
probably
it.
need to take a gulp. Though I'm sure it won't be that simple.
Alrighty. So Laura's having issues. I need to go back on my videos and find out where the poor man died. Oops. Act 3, let's go! I'm sorry, Zephyr, you're not a sexy lizard lady. So Laura, calm the farm. Do I not have that on my bar anymore? Do I not have the object equipped? I do not appear to have the object equipped. What happened? I get that that's probably a really cool thing. Oh my god, the magic armor that I just lost? Oh well. I wanted to be a sexy lizard lady, what can I say? Human. Ha! Oh, bugger. Oof. 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 Okay. Sexy lizard lady. Locked. Alrighty. What are we going to be doing? Well, Salora wants us to chat, so hello.
Look at that island, Quercus. Covered in forest. A true forest.
I wouldn't know, I haven't actually seen the island.
Can you smell it? Over the stink of the water. Millennia of mulch. Those woods are ancient.
Well, I would be very excited to get you over there. Oh, is that Malady? Yes, Malady. Malady? We need to have a bit of a chat. You need to tell me why you were on, bloody hell, what was it called? Blood Moon Isle, talking to what's-his-face. I don't trust you. I really like you because you were amazing, but I don't trust you.
We're better to find a clue about the Great Acorn.
The Great Acorn.
Some of those trees could even date back
Yes,
to the first
we must
harvest.
absolutely pursue this in the name of Sir Laura's knowledge.
The Knights of Dre will never find us here. A perfect sanctuary to pause and complete our research.
Smile asks if he's thinking of taking a holiday. Explain that you have your own business here. You can't pause here. Explain that there's too much to be done.
There's no rest for the wicked, Quercus. And even less for those out to save the world, it seems. Somewhere on this ancient isle, there must be a clue that will help us stop the Acorn. We must tread carefully. I'm sure such a wonderland will be dangerous.
Isn't
but
that
at least
world
it
is
should be free
dangerous?
from the Knights of Dre.
Fair enough. So what he'd do if he did run into one of those knights?
What would we do, Quercus? Why, we'd make them sorry they ever left their mother's nests.
I look forward to seeing it.
Anyway, we have something for your new best friend.
I like how I'm Quercus's new best friend, but not Salora's.
The squirrel reaches out and hands you a piece of bark, covered in tiny, scratched handwriting.
Well, that's sweet. Is that his own handwriting?
Something I discovered in your lizard friend's basement. She
Oh?
won't miss it, but use it well.
Well, she's dead, so no, she won't miss it. Oh, some recipes. That's nice of you. Do you need to chat to anybody? I guess we can just stop here for 2 seconds and ask these questions. What should our next move be?
I have a feeling about this place. I think it's possible the master isn't far off.
I've just noticed that you're barefoot. That must be terribly uncomfortable sometimes.
If I'm right, if I find him, he has a date with a needle.
I'm sure he's going to enjoy it immensely.
Whatever comes after that, comes after that.
So you've long wondered how it actually worked, the master and the scar.
My, what a query to ask so out of the blue.
You're telling me. I'm just picking the options.
Still, why not? I suppose some stories were always meant to be told.
I can't zoom in further. I wanted to see her armor. Her armor looks freaking amazing, and I want to see it. I don't think I can scroll in any closer, but it looks so good. Sorry. Anyway, distracted.
So, here goes.
Go right ahead, my dear.
No, hang on.
Wait, what?
She retrieves a small flask from her bag, uncorks it, and takes a big swig.
A bit of liquid courage.
Tears stream from her eyes as she offers you the flask.
Sure.
They're tears of joy, I assure you. Here, have some joy.
Absolutely.
You drink, It burns. Soon the tears run down your cheeks as well.
Not bad, is it? So good it has us crying like babies.
Is that supposed to be a good feeling?
Now then, the epic of The Master and the Scar. Sounds like a melodramatic opera.
It rather does, but one that interests me.
There was, of course, some singing involved.
On your part?
It began when I woke in the dark room. He removed my blindfold, and still I did not see.
We've gone through this before, haven't we?
He himself was darker than any shadow. But I could hear him. Hear him give orders to another.
This just feels like a recounting of what she already told us.
Stingtail. How the master bid the dream a dream, and so he did. He sat there. I could feel his hands upon my cheeks. He trembled, as if in pain. I didn't know what was going on until quite suddenly, his right hand became a flame. I screamed as he traced the design of the scar into my searing flesh, but I could not move, not an inch. And all the while, the master looked on in darkest silence.
Shake your head and say you had no idea that horror came with her scarring. Exhale sharply and say perhaps you should have another drink. Muse that what doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
No, I'm quite all right, but thank you.
Didn't know what to offer.
So, once the scarring was over, and the pain began to fade, the training began. With words, whistles, snaps of the fingers even, the master could make me obey his every command.
I'm just saying, the music seems a little out of place with the current discussion.
Young, strong, smart. You know I don't exactly lack in qualities.
Modest.
It didn't take him
Humble
long
even.
to train me in the arts of stealth, subterfuge, and assassination. It shakes me little now, all too little. But that first time, that first real kill, it was such stuff as nightmares are made on. I had now lived in the dark for what might as well have been years. I was in a wood, but the trees there were sick. Grey, leafless hydras sticking out of ashen earth. There were no stars that night. She sat, shivering beside a fire. I was nervous. I had to chase her. My hand hated itself, tried to resist, but there is no resisting the master's song. My stabs weren't as mercifully exact as they should have been. I had to bring down the needle again and again as her screams flooded the forest with terror.
It's pretty traumatic for your first kill.
When it was done, I crawled back to the master, broken, crept back into the box, and through its cold black lid, he told me I had done well. Next time, I'd do better.
The Master and the Scar. Tell her it's an epic that deserves to be unwritten.
You understand me completely. With the needle, I'll kill him. And with the needle, I'll strike his name from my skin. The bastard will be master no longer.
Ask her if she thinks she'd make for a good goddess.
The very best.
Told you she was humble.
She cocks her head ever so slightly and eyes you as innocently as a kitten.
I'm sure she does.
Why? Don't tell me you disagree.
Smile and say you most certainly wouldn't. Sebille the Magnificent should be more popular than Lucian ever was. So you haven't given it much thought. You, after all, will be the one to ascend. I mean, true, but you don't have to say that to her. Tell her you wouldn't worship a goddess wielding a vengeful needle.
Thank you. I quite agree, and I'm sure I'll have mercy on you when I'm a goddess. You, but a mortal at my feet.
Hate to break it to you, Sebille, but there's only way this game's ending, and that is with me ascending. There's gonna be no path of the righteous ending to this one.
In all seriousness, though, the prospect both tickles and terrifies me.
I'm sure it tickles you pink, dear.
I mean, divinity. Will it be a blessing or a burden?
A burden, most
Would
assuredly.
we be truly omnipotent, or merely the servants of an unruly universe, as desperate for control as we are now?
Probably the latter.
And then there's the question that makes me shiver most of all. Would we still be ourselves? Would I remain Sebille, or would my mortal soul die upon gaining divine immortality?
I mean, that's not something I could say for sure, but I would probably say that you would change who you are. Mortality, whether we, think or ponder on it or not, is a lot of what shapes who we are and what we do. And once you take that away, I do think who you are would change. How much it would change, I couldn't say. But there would definitely be less Sebille and more a new version of Sebille in that state. Say that all sounds rather contradictory. You wouldn't worry about it. Tell her you've asked yourself the same question. All you can do is try and see. Say if she doubts so, perhaps you should abstain from pursuing Divinity in the first place. She's not wrong.
Take the plunge and don't look back, huh? As good a plan as any, I presume.
She sighs and closes her eyes, then smiles her easy smile.
Such a silly game we play. To be a god. It's quite wasted on mortals, if you ask me. We are all of us too blemished to become immaculate.
But isn't that how they all started? Blemished to become immaculate? Say you'd like to discuss her recent revelations about her being the prime scion, and I think that was just weird, but we'll go with it.
Ah, yes. I am the prime scion. A revelation that came quite out of the blue,
You're not
which
wrong.
is somewhat ironic, considering I'm supposed to be my people's foremost memory keeper.
Very ironic.
Quite slipped my mind, though. A slave scar will do that to a girl.
Ask if these revelations jogged anything in her memory. Ask how she feels knowing she killed all those other scions. Ask what it means to her, the sudden revelation of importance.
Yes, a great many things. Days long gone.
Sorry guys, I know you probably weren't expecting me to open Act 3 with having one big long conversation with all my companions, but here we are.
She looks down, an uncharacteristic cast of melancholy passing over her face.
Gods, I was so young. Imagine it. To sit enthroned under a vast forest canopy. To look down upon a crowd of thousands, their bodies aglow with countless rays of golden light falling through the leaves.
It sounds beautiful, but I'm quite partial to buildings.
You hear their voices as one. One mind, one thought, and it's your name they incant, as if the word itself were magic. Sebille. They said it like I was the cornerstone of their existence. Isn't that silly? I didn't even know myself.
Ask if she knows who she is now.
Good question. It's a very lonely thing, indeed, to be the object of a people's worship. What is revered is feared at the same time.
She absent-mindedly fingers her needle, hesitates.
I used to love poetry.
Ooh, really?
I used to love wandering the forests for days on end. I'd swim in the rivers and forget to dress after. It was fine. I was alone. I'd bask in the sun, sleep nestled among bear cubs. Nothing out there would harm me. But always, they would find me, the scions. Always the mother tree would call me back. For one day, I'd be free no longer. One day, my legs would be roots. To wander would be but one lone memory among millions.
That's really, really lonely. And I do have to wonder, how old are you that you have had this entire time in the darkness and with the scars and the master and whatnot? But then you have had this previous lifetime as this memory keeper. She's never been free, has she?
Clearly not. Though I must admit that even to sit on that throne amid that eerie crowd, destined to become leaf and bark, was not so dreadful a prospect as what came next.
Agreed.
When I decided to run away from the mother tree with only the moon for my guide, it was a terrible journey.
It's meant to be because it was a bad decision.
Soft-leafed branches became vicious like whips. Moss-bedecked rocks became sharp like the stone axes of old. I grew weary. I was bleeding. In pain, and how I gasped when for the first time an animal eyed me with malice and growled.
It sounds like it was quite a... not necessarily sheltered, but at the same time it is.
That is when I heard them. The whispers and the taunts. The low howls of men.
I'm just now noticing the difference in head sizes between Beast as a dwarf and Sebille as an elf.
The snare cut so deep. The blindfold, it made me panic. The dark.
Take her in your arms, comfort her.
Somewhat to your surprise, Sebille doesn't recoil, but allows you to hug her.
Thank you. That very first moment of darkness. I've never been so scared ever since. Then there was the stench of those men. The burn of the ropes. the jeers and the kicks, until the dark went silent. Even those barbarians didn't dare speak in the presence of the Master. But I'll not speak of him and his methods.
Great,
Not now, anyway.
because you were just going way too long. Next.